Gentlemen and female gentlemen, I am doing lore of all of history, every religion, mostly one, all of fiction, and today we're doing the Emu War. I don't know anything about this, except for that it was requested to me. I didn't even know this existed or was a thing. So lock in, everybody. We're gonna look at Australia, because they've been terrible lately.
This is Australia. For the man who imagines being strangled by a tarantula while a kangaroo breaks his kneecaps and thinks, yes, please.
That's Australia.
For the man who pictures himself being eaten by a snake in the burning outback while eating a
Dude, Australia's like built different, you know? Like they have spiders. Their spiders are big. They have big spiders. I don't know, man. Like every time I'm like, yo, I would love to go to Australia, and then I see spiders the size of like my fucking house. You know?
Vegemite sandwich and thinks, yes, please.
Oh, Vegemite.
And that man was Governor
Honestly, the spiders are better than the Vegemite.
Arthur Phillip, who landed in eastern Australia in 1788, presumably saw a dingo being eaten by a crocodile, being eaten by a death adder, being eaten by a koala, being eaten by Mel Gibson, and thought to himself, yes, good.
This is the place.
Now I know what you're thinking.
Hell yeah,
But
dude.
oversimplified, the British didn't discover Australia, the Vikings did. And you'd be wrong. I'm not sure why you'd think that.
Wow.
But hey, if you love Vikings so much, then why don't you check out today's sponsor? Vikings
Bro!
War of Clans was its
What was
special
that?
bonus of 2. Buy! Man, this is great. The market will continue to grow forever. But what if it doesn't? Oh crap, I never thought of that. Sell! And the stock market crashed, which led to economic downturn, which meant banks wouldn't lend anyone any money, which led to more economic downturn, which meant everyone stopped buying stuff, which led to more economic downturn. And hey, what if all the crops in the Great Plains were destroyed in a drought and then a big dust storm engulfed the area? That's right, more economic downturn.
Damn.
And in an effort to combat
This is just he's describing the Biden administration or something.
the crisis, America began imposing tariffs on foreign imports, which made the
Based! And it worked, huh? And it worked, dude.
economic downturn go global.
It's like, bro, they had the ultimate economic destruction, and then they solved it with tariffs. Sound familiar?
And the earth got really depressed. But one nation that was hit harder than most by the whole affair, Australia. The problem for Australia was that it relied heavily on its export industries, and in the current economic climate, no one was buying. To make things
Remember when COVID happened and Australia ran out of toilet paper?
worse, Australia had introduced its own currency and pegged it onto the gold standard via the British pound. But then the UK started messing with its own peg on the gold standard, and if this is starting to sound confusing, then let me oversimplify it for you.
All right.
Hey UK, looks like my car's broken down. Want to give me a tow? No problem, friend. I got you. More economic downturn.
That's a really good analogy.
The point I'm trying to make is
Right,
things
got it.
weren't good, and in particular, it was Australia's farmers that were
Bro,
suffering
they had to use koalas as toilet paper. It's true. They were like, "Boo, boo," and then they just wiped them. You know what I'm saying? They just released them into the wild.
most. After the First World War, Australia had given returning veterans land for farming, but with the current economic crisis, the farmers just weren't making enough money, and many left to go find work in the cities. But for those who remained, things were about to get even worse.
Oh god, is that the emu? It's the emus!
Before we get into that,
Oh.
it's time for some cultural exchange. My national bird is the bald eagle. It's a
right.
strong patriotic symbol of America and a deeply valued and protected species.
Hell
My
yeah,
national bird is the peafowl. It's a beautiful creature whose vivid colors represent India, so we
Yeah.
list it as a protected species.
I mean, when I think of India, all I think of is all the colors. I think of I don't think of brown at all. I just think of all the colors aside from brown. That's what I think of when I think of India.
My national bird is the emu, and it's a pest.
Oh.
Also bloody delicious.
Bro!
Emus, 6 feet tall, 90 to 120 pounds, and able to
Damn.
run at speeds up to 40 miles per hour, usually return to the coast after their breeding season. But suddenly they found Western Australia full of lush, wet farmland. Oh my, look at
The
all this delicious
emus!
wheat that just so happens to be growing here in large quantities.
You're telling me that they planted all of this just for me? For me, everyone's favorite combat chicken?
Hey guys, get a load of this. You know, my, look at all this
Modern day velociraptors.
Every day. Hey, who left this big hole in the fence? Guys, get a load of this. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
What I am. What a lovely morning for some farming. What? Those damned emus, they have it in for me.
Yeah,
They're
those
bullies.
bastards.
They're nothing but bullies.
Guys, listen, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a racist joke, but what do emus and Somalis have in common? Honestly, I'm not even gonna tell you the answer. I'll let you come up with a response.
Calm down, Bruce. They're just animals. It's not personal. Hey, Farmer Bruce, where did you find that hat? The toilet? Yeah.
So they eat his shit and they're mean? Damn, this analogy is getting bad.
Yes. 20,000 emus cost the already struggling farmers millions more pounds in lost crops and damages. The situation couldn't continue like this. Something had to be done. So in 1932, the farmers turned to the government for help. You'd think they'd go to the Minister of Agriculture, but these farmers said no. This is a job for the military. So they went to George.
There's no shot. They used the military to clear out the emus? No.
George Pierce, the Minister of Defense. That's right. Australia was to go to war with the emus.
Oh my god.
But not everyone was happy with the idea. This is barbaric. We can't go slaughtering thousands of our own national bird. Oh, come on, guys. The machine guns will make it quick and painless. Machine guns? You're using machine guns? This is animal cruelty. Look, I know it's unusual, but it's not like we're poachers turning the birds into feather hats. Think of the benefits. It'll be good target practice for our boys. The government can show it took action. Plus, I can get myself a nice new feather hat. Did I say feather hat? I meant I want to gather chat with you about getting you all some nice new feather hats. Did I say feather hats?
Bro.
I meant I want to wage terror at these emus and turn them all into feather hats. Damn it. Of course, Pierce first made the farmers sign an agreement saying that they would pay for the whole thing and that Pierce wouldn't take any of the blame.
Bro, I can't believe this like is a real thing. They went to like their whatever version of government. They got the military involved and they just fucking genocided the emus. I can't believe that this actually happened.
That was clearly very stupid turned out to indeed be stupid, and the operation went ahead. Major G.P.W. Meredith and his men were sent with 2 Lewis machine guns to hunt down and take out the evil emu population in Western Australia. Target spotted. Well, was it an emu? No, sir. It's an emo. Damn it, Jones. Learn your vowels. I'm sorry. Okay, it looks like the humans are coming for us. But check this out.
Bro.
I've come up with an amazing plan. See if you can follow me here, okay? When they approach, we run away.
Damn!
Sir?
That is
You're a genius. Pierce sent the camera crew along with the machine gunners to capture some good old propaganda for the government. And the first battle took place in November.
They were actually like filming like Hamas propaganda films, killing emus.
The men spotted a mob of emus from a distance, so they set up their guns and opened fire. The emus split up into smaller groups and ran in every direction. The men were only able to kill what they called a number of birds, but the vast majority got away. Cut! Surprisingly, many of the emus were able to take multiple bullets, but still run at full speed to safety, causing Meredith to compare them to tanks, saying if we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these...
Stop, bro, stop. This is like a level of propaganda that no one... Dude, this is Australia, okay? They don't let people use guns to stop terror attacks on their beaches, okay? Are you serious?
Birds. It would face any army in the world.
No, it
okay,
wouldn't. Stop.
We need to get closer. No, you idiots, not to me, to the emus. Oh, sorry. No. I like it. So next, they tried sneaking up on a large number of emus near a local dam and firing at short range. Maybe the men were just unlucky, but my professional opinion says the emus were magic because both guns jammed after just 12 emus were killed. And once again,
the emus had God on their side.
The rest got away. Cut!
Bro,
the men were feeling a little humiliated after losing to a pack of
Dude, Australia is not real. Australia is not a real country, bro. They're out here. They're not a real country.
And ostriches, so they decided to move further south, where the emus were said to be tamer. And this time, they had a new strategy. Okay, Jones, here's the plan. You mount the machine gun in the back.
They had machine gun truck-mounted turrets, and they're losing to emus.
It's the emus. You shoot. Got it? Got it. I'm gonna shove that camera up your... The operation was a fiasco, and the press had a field day. In Parliament, Pierce was lambasted, and an opposition party member suggested that medals should be handed out to the emus, who had won every round so far. Pierce...
Is that real? Did they actually say that in the government? Oh my god, dude.
Feeling quite humiliated, called the operation off. But 4 days later...
So maybe this is why they gave up their guns. Maybe this is why Australia gave up their guns. They realized we can't even defeat emus. And they were like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have guns, actually. We should just give guns to the, radical Pakistani immigrants instead.
Later, the farmers approached again and said, "Hey man, the emus are still eating all our crops. Can you send the army back out here?" And Pierce was like, "Yeah, okay." So the operation was back on for round 2.
Let's go.
And this time Meredith and his men had learned the emus' guerrilla tactics and were much more successful, with reports suggesting the men were cutting down 300 emus every week.
Oh my god.
I hope you boys are getting great footage of this. What on earth are you filming? Despite the success, the media had lost interest in the whole thing. But with 1,000 emus killed, Pierce finally ended the operation and returned to Parliament declaring victory for the humans. So there were 20,000 emus out there destroying crops, and you've killed 1,000. Meaning there's still 19,000 emus out there. Yep. And in addition, you've burned through 10,000 rounds of ammunition. Meaning you wasted 10 rounds per confirmed kill. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one for the emus. At least I got a feather hat. What? So in the end, the emus won the Great Emu War of 1932,
dude.
and the emus continued to wreak havoc on the farmers for years to come. The government introduced a bounty system, which saw some success. But for a moment, let's take some time to remember the brave men who said goodbye to their families and risked their lives to take on the great, evil emu population in Western Australia. But even more importantly, let's think of the friends they made, the bond they created, and the memories they shared.
Take me home.
Mostly peaceful. Mostly peaceful protest.
And sights of days gone by. It's where the heart lies.
Bro, what am I even doing here, man?
With stories on.
Hey, guys? I solved the emu crisis. Really? How? I just made some better fences.
No fucking shot, dude. That's not how it actually ended, bro. I'm sorry, bro. There's no way. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. All right, we gotta research this immediately. Hold up. How did Australia solve the emu crisis? All right, no shot. It was no shot, dude. They spent thousands and thousands on military bullshit. Then they just built a wall. The emu crisis refers to the Great Emu War of 1932. There's no way this is actually called the Great Emu War. A bizarre episode in Australian history where 20,000 emus migrated to wheat-growing areas. Yeah, all right. They tried to solve it by deploying soldiers from the Royal Australian Artillery armed with Lewis machine guns. Oh my god. It failed spectacularly, bro. Hey, Grok is fucking roasting these idiots. The emus were resilient. The soldiers only killed 986 emus with 10,000 rounds fired. The emus won. It became an event of national embarrassment. I'm literally in shock. The government introduced a bounty system, encouraged farmers and hunters to kill emus, improved and reinforced fencing, kept the emus off the farmland. God, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This was today's lore video of the Great Emu War. This is apparently a real thing that happened. I'll see you in the next one. Every day, more lore. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.